everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sisters. This is season 4, episode 9, and it was titled Counterpunch. All right, y'all, real quick before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you ended up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. All right, y'all, so this episode was all right. It really made me mad because, like, the whole reason why we tuned back in was to see what had happened with Zach. But they saved that for the last 2 minutes of the episode, and they ain't even show us nothing but some back and forth bull sugar. So, whatever. But anyway, let's just jump into this. So when it opens up, it picks up right where it left off at with Zach getting locked up. And, you know, of course, he got to go back and forth with the cop. That's too hard. You doing it too tight and all this other stuff. And then the lady, whoever arrested him, because we still don't know if she a cop, if she FBI. Like, we don't know nothing, child. So he like, well, you at least got to tell me why you locking me up, like, whatever. And she was like, I ain't got to tell you nothing. And then Jake like, well, can you at least tell me where you taking them and stuff? And she was like, Fulton County. He was like, all right. Well, can you call Fatima? Make sure you call Fatima. He like, all right, I'm going to call Fatima. I'm like, well, do he got Fatima number? Like, how he going to call Fatima? But whatever, child. So Zach gone on down to the jailhouse. Andy at work, Fatima working. She bringing some coffee and stuff like that. And she like, well, how was last night? She was like, oh, girl, let me tell you, close the door, have a seat, let's drink our coffee and sip tea. And spill tea, I should say. But she was like, I love that penthouse. That's where I belong. Like, I woke up and was like, oh, my God, I need to be there. And then she was like, the realtors and attorneys are coming up so I can sign the paperwork. So she was like, girl, I knew it. And she was like, he won't do anything. She was like, yeah, you know what? My stupid ass falling for it. She was like, I mean, you're not stupid. Hold on, Andy. I'll be right back. So she come back with this rubber band ball. And she was like, what am I supposed to do with this? She was like, every time, I read somewhere, if you want to get over somebody, you had this rubber band ball. And every time you think of something negative, you take a rubber band off or whatever. And then they'll help you get over that person or whatever. So she was like, and once you out of rubber bands, get the hell out. And she said it like, get the hell out. I was like, oh God, girl, you okay? The demon possessed you. But Andy was like, okay, girl. So Andy was like, well, do you got one for Zach? She was like, oh no, I don't need a rubber band ball for Zach, baby. She was like, oh, you don't need one? She was like, girl. She was like, cause he is blowing she was like, you're back out. Yeah, girl, but he blowing out my mind too. She was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about last night. I'm sorry about what happened last night. She was like, no, it's all right. I kind of understand what Karen going through. Because, I've been to Karen before. And she was like, yeah, but it's still, she was like, yeah, what'd she say? Fatima said something. And then Andy was like, well, all Karen want to do is co-parent with Zach. And she was like, I don't know about all that. Because she need to get a paternity test and make sure that he the baby father. She was like, he is the father of the baby. She was like, I heard he was with the preacher man at the same time. And so she was like, oh, he told you that? She was like, yeah. So, like I said, she need to get a DNA test or whatever. I was like, okay. And then so Fatima let us know that she wanted to be Zach's first baby mama. She wanted to be the first one to have his kids and all this other stuff. So that's why she feeling like, if it is his, like that. But we all know if it is his because we know that she had sex with, Aaron the same time she had sex with Zach. Maybe like 2 days apart or something like that. So we know it's a possibility too. At the bank, Maurice and Bree coming in. Bree still huffing and puffing about why Q was there and stuff. And she like, well, did you bail him out? And Maurice like, no, I did not bail him out or nothing like that. He gave up the ring. He made a deal and gave up the ring or whatever. She was like, oh, okay. All right, but you need to stay away from him. He was like, well, I know, but he a good guy and stuff. And she was like, well, did you forget what he did to us with the guns to our head? He was like, no, I know, but he just scared. Maurice, you need to stay away from him. Look, I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't want to talk to you no more. And then this customer came in and then saved the day. At the airport, Danny at work and stuff, and then that cop who be forgetting like he there for a reason other than to talk to Danny, but he all mad at her because she stood him up. Like she was supposed to meet him out for dinner and drinks and stuff like that. last night, but she had, went to meet up with the girls, and he like, you stood me up. And she was like, well, I told you no, but you keep pressing me, so like that's what you get, or some shit like that. And so he was like, no, that was wrong, or whatever. And so they go into this back and forth where he like, you want me, and I'm the good catch and stuff. And she was like, oh really? He was like, oh yeah, really? And so then like they announced the plane was either boarding or letting off. And he was like, oh, my bad, I gotta go. So I'm like, well, ain't your whole purpose there is to be at the certain terminals? Like, why are you always at Danny's terminal and she ain't got no flights coming in? Like, do your job. You supposed to be helping with trafficking, but yet you all down Danny throat every 5 seconds. Like, sir, do your job. Do your job. So, while Danny's still at work, Andy calls her up. And Andy like, hey girl, and Danny was like, hey, what's up? She was like, nothing, what you doing? She was like, working? She was like, oh yeah, me too. So, like, what you doing after work? She was like, nothing. She was like, well, you want to, get some drinks or something, have a little sippy sip and stuff. She was like, you okay? Like, do I owe you some money or something? She was like, no, girl. She was like, oh, you gonna give me your old apartment? She was like, no, Danny. She was like, okay, then what you want? She was like, well, I just want to have some dinner and drinks with you or whatever, after work and stuff. She was like, okay, you want me to call the girls up so we can meet and stuff? She was like, oh, no, just you. She was like, you okay? She was like, yeah, girl, I just want to, have a little sit down, talk to you and stuff. She was like, okay, well, is you paying? She was like, yeah, it's on me. Okay, girl, well, let me know where we going. She said the Olive Bar or whatever. She was like, okay, well, I'll see you after work. I was like, do Andy call Danny any other time other than to rally the girls up? Because it ain't no other reason they really like sit down and have like a little kiki together with just them two. I don't remember an episode, and this season 4, where it was just them two talking. Unless it's about Karen or about Bree. No, I don't think so. But I was just like, because you already know Danny going to tell you to keep all the stuff. So, like, I don't know, whatever. I guess she wanted to hear it from somebody else that she know going to tell her to take ish. Okay, girl. But anyway, we see Bree, she working. The African guy from the restaurant, the one who owned all these restaurants and stuff like that, he popped up. And he's talking about something. He was looking for Bree all over and all the, in every branch and stuff. I was like, he was looking for Bree with a flashlight in the daytime, like, because she had already said what bank she worked at. And then you said you had knew her from the bank. So why was you looking at every branch? Make it make sense. But anyway, he wanted to take her out for a date. He said he wanted to come there to give her an apology, a better apology, because then he already apologized at the restaurant, child, whatever. He said he wanted to give her a better apology, and then of course he wanted to take her out, and then he said he was like, you remind me of the woman from my country or whatever. She was like, well, I am African American. And he was like, yeah, have you ever been to the motherland? And she was like, no. He was like, oh, we should go for like a couple days or something. I said, who goes to Africa for 3 days? The flight alone is long. Hell no. Unless he got like a private jet. And even the private jet is going to take you a long time to get there. And by the time you land, you're going to be tired. The time change and stuff. And then what, you going to walk around for a day and then get back on the private jet and go back home? Hell no. Ain't nobody going to know Africa for 3 days, sir. Like, it's just like, But anyway, he was like, well, I guess I need to do some bank stuff. So she was like, yeah, He was like, all right, well, I want to do a withdrawal. And so it looked like he pulled a check out his wallet to do the withdrawal, but then she gave him a withdrawal slip. So maybe he was just showing her the account number on the check. I don't know. But he passed over his stuff. So she looking it up. And then she was just like, oh, shit. Like, because he had 36 million in his account. So she was like, and then his withdrawal slip, he wanted to take out 200,000. So she was like, oh, we don't have that kind of cash up in here, but I can call some. Because at first she was like, oh, he was like, what's going on? She was like, oh, nothing. We just don't have that kind of cash. She was like, oh, I thought you was going to say I'm broke. Oh, okay. I said, now, sir, now you knew damn well she wasn't going to say no shit like that. And the only reason why you wanted to do a withdrawal is to show her you had all this money. Bree, don't call that man. Because he going to be like, well, I'm rich. So you got to do what I'm saying because I got all this money so I can do this. That. Don't even waste your time, child. So... he ends up saying, like, it's okay or whatever. So he leaves. Maurice come up to Bree and was like, girl, how much money you want to get out? She was like, 200,000. He was like, what? Spin that computer around. Let me look at that account. Oh, shit, girl. And that's not even, wait a minute. He got 11 other accounts. Look at them other 11 accounts, girl. She was like, men with money don't impress me. He was like, see, that's why you... Because at first she said something about Calvin. He was like, that zero. You better you see all them zeros, girl. I'm trying to get you paid. And she was like, I don't like men with money. He was like, see, that's why you wearing all them goddamn patterns. See, that's what it tells me so much about you. And so they go back and forth about her wardrobe and stuff. And then she brings up Q. And he like, I don't want to talk about it. She was like, well, you need to talk about it because corporate was fitting to fire you because they thought that you was in on it with Q. He was like, what? She was like, yeah, so you better stay away from him because if they see you with him, they gonna think that you was in cahoots with him and then you gonna end up getting fired or whatever. So he was like, well, shoot, let me get that man number. If you don't call that man, I'm gonna call him. He was like, what did he say? He gave a blowjob for $20 and a bingo card or some shit. He was so stupid. He was like, imagine what I do for all that goddamn money. And then he was making all these damn choking noises. I was cracking up. I say he's stupid as hell. The other teller that was in there was like, ooh. I was dying. Anyway, we see Fatima. She in the office or whatever. And she calling Zach. Of course, she can't reach Zach because Zach in jail. So she ends up leaving a message. She goes to Andy's office and tell Andy she about to leave. But she start asking Andy about moving her stuff back to her apartment and stuff. And Andy like, well, no, it's okay. I don't really need you to, move my stuff. She was like, you going to stay in that penthouse? And she was like, well, I don't know yet. And so then she was like, well, what about the Rolls Royce? You still want me to call my homie about the Rolls Royce? And she was like, no, I don't know. She was like, you going to keep all that. You going to keep. She was like, girl, when you about to leave out the door? When you about to go? She was like, all right, whatever. Then we see Aaron. I'm so tired of Aaron. Aaron is a nice guy and everything, but I'm so tired of him begging Karen to be with him. Like, boy, go. Like, if she want to be with you, she going to be with you. He go up in there talking about something. You ain't respond to my text. So you go up to her. You go to her place of business because she ain't respond to the damn text. She like, yeah, I know. I saw the text message. And he like, well, you ain't respond. Yeah, I was going to, but look, I called the doctor. I made the appointment. When they put me in, I get in and I let you know. So he was like, oh, okay, well, what hospital? She was like, something, I forgot what she said. And he was like, oh, well, I know the chief of staff. I can get you in. I'm going to get in when I can get in, okay? Because she don't want to know. She don't want to see that it could be Aaron's or Zach's baby or whatever. And it's probably closer to Aaron's baby or whatever. But she don't want to come to that realization. So she's snapping at him and he like, all right, well, I'm going to go. So then he ends up leaving out. She goes over to Pam and Pam was like, he ain't leave here kind of happy. And she was like, and neither will you if you lose your job. Okay, I'm just saying, girl. I'm just saying. And so she was like, Karen was like, well, did that lady call about Zach again? She was like, no. You want me to find out about her? You know, when me find out about her, I can talk to my peoples. And she was like, what peoples? Girl, I got peeps all over here. I got people. Yeah, as nosy as your ass is. I mean, yeah. Well, let me find her business card. Oh, found it. And so she found a business card. Then they look out the window. They see Aaron crying in the car, child. I said, Jesus. So she gotta go outside. She apologized. She said she irritable and all this other stuff. And he like, yeah. And then I'm coming over here bringing you all this extra ish or whatever. And she like, yeah, but I'll call the doctor and I'll let you know whatever. And he was like, well, you just don't know how much I love you and I want to be with you and stuff. And she was like, I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there right now. I'm just not there. He was like, I never felt this way before about nobody. And, I just wish you would just tell me to leave. And so I can move on with my life and stuff. And she like, well, we can be friends. We can be friends. Well, I want more than that. I want more than that. And so she like, well, I'm just not in that place right now. I'm just not in that place right now. And he like, well, all right. She like, yeah, I know you want this to be your baby, but I swear it's not. I swear it's not. And he like, well, I disagree. Look, I just need my space. I said, if she says she need her space for one more goddamn episode, she done said it about 1,500 times, Aaron. Leave her alone. So he like, well, I'm gonna give you your space. I'm gonna give you your space. All right. He was like, well, I'm not gonna text you or whatever, and I'm gonna just let you text me if you want to text me. Well, I mean, if that's what you want to do. I said, Karen, so you giving him mixed signals. One second you tell him to leave you alone, then the next second you tell him, well, if you don't want to text me, you don't have to text me, but I mean, you can text me. Girl, do you want space or no? I'm so tired of them. Anyway, we see Andy. She's still at work. She end up calling Gary. He like, hey, Andy, hey, how you doing? Hi, Gary. I just want my things, okay? I want you to get the movers to move my things back into the office. So you don't want to stay at the penthouse? No. I just want my things back in my apartment. Okay. Well, I mean, that's what you want to do. I can have the movers move your stuff back in there, but your clothes at the penthouse. Oh my God, Gary. Oh my God. But so you really not going to stay in the penthouse? I mean, it's yours. Like, no. I know you love that place. Andy, but you brought it, okay? You brought it, and I just feel like you're going to think it's yours, okay? Because you brought it. But, baby, no, baby. It ain't going to be like that, baby. Look, let me just come over. Let me walk you through the place. No, Gary, no. That's not a good idea. Why not? You don't trust me? Oh, I trust me. You don't trust me with you? Like, you don't trust me? No. So you don't trust ourselves? Like, we both grown. Andy. Like, it ain't nothing that you ain't going to consent to. I'm just saying, like, let me come over there and show you around, and then I can put my tongue down your throat and tell you everything that you want to hear so I can get back in your bed, girl. Like, damn, you know how we do this. No, Gary, no, that's not going to happen, Gary. No. I just want my things back into the office or whatever, Well, look, we could just sit in silence. Baby, we could just sit in silence. I ain't even got to say nothing, okay? Just let me have dinner with you. Let me just have dinner with you, show you the place. Okay, baby, just let me show you the place. No, Gary, I have to go, Gary. Come on, baby. Just think about it. You going to think about it? Gary, bye. I gotta go. And then she take her little rubber band ball. Then she end up throwing the damn rubber band ball across the room. In the parking lot, we see Fatima. She making fun of Hayden and stuff, laughing at him because he's struggling with them crutches, child. And so he like, this ain't funny, Fatima. This ain't funny. This some jacked up shit you did. She like, no, the jacked up things what you did to my face. He like, is you kidding me? Look at me. I'm limping all over here. I'm looking all stupid and stuff. I ain't even got no cast on my leg and nothing like that, but I'm limping and I got these crutches and stuff. I can barely walk. I got my briefcase all hanging from my throat and stuff like that. You talking about something. I fucked up what I did to your face. You started that shit. He didn't say all that. You know how I be ad-libbing and stuff. But anyway, she was like, well, you deserved it. All I did was kind of punch you after you came for my man first. Came for your man. I don't even know what you see in that man. I don't even know what you see. Don't worry about what I see in him. But I know if I hear one more thing about you effing with him, it's going to be a problem. You don't know how far I can go. Oh, so this wasn't far? Oh, no. Is you dead? He like, what? Look, if I hear anything, this going to feel like a spy. Okay? Now walk, boo. Walk. Make me laugh. I said, ooh. No, she didn't. Okay. So then we see Calvin. He at home, child. He came home from work, child, wherever he work at. I don't know. I can't remember. But he see Q in the living room. I said, not Q done broke into this boy's house. But anyway, Calvin like, what you doing here? Maurice said I can live here. You know what I'm saying? Maurice let me in. He can say I can stay here. But ain't you supposed to be in jail? Yeah, but I got out. And then Maurice, because he my boo, he said that I could stay up in here. It ain't going to be no problem, is it? Yeah, it's a problem, my nigga, because you ain't supposed to be up in here. Look, I'm just saying, whatever. Well, no, I'm moving out. All right, so I can have your room. I'm calling Maurice. No. Just talk to Maurice when he come back. No, I'm calling Maurice. So he called Maurice. Maurice, why is this dude in our house? Maurice like, what? Huh? Who that is? And so he like, the dude that stole from us held a gun up to your head in the house. He like, no. Put him on the phone. So Calvin put him on speakerphone because Calvin don't trust him with his phone because he think he gonna pocket the phone after he leave, and I don't blame him. So Maurice like, Q, if you don't get your ass out that goddamn house, I ain't tell you to move up in there. He going off and stuff like that. So then he looking like, damn, I'm busted. And so Calvin just looking at him like, nigga, you got to go. So that was it for them. And so then Andy rolling up in the Rolls Royce to Karen's place. But I'm like, wasn't she supposed to be meeting Danny? But whatever, child. She roll up. Pam, of course, peeping. She like, oh, girl, I see you. You rolling like that. That's what it take to be. Okay, you balling like that? She was like, yeah, girl, you know, I'm doing a little something. She was like, I need to be a lawyer. She was like, yeah, you could be. You know, girl, I can't be no lawyer. She was like, you could be whatever you put your mind to it. I said, not you talking to Pam like she a little kid or something like that. But whatever, child. But she like, Karen here. No, Karen ain't here. Karen rolls up. So Karen like, I'm like, She was like, Pam, can you get the stuff out the bag? I brought some supplies and stuff. Can you get that out the bag? She was like, oh, okay, I'll go get it because I can look a little close at this Rolls Royce. So then she go outside. She was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. So she go outside and stuff like that. Inside, gloomy, droomy Karen, like, oh, I see you taking the Rolls Royce for a little joyride. I mean, yeah, you know. She was, so you keeping it? No, one of Fatima's guys, they had put a bid in for it, so I'm gonna give it to him and then give Gary back the money, because that's just the right thing to do. She was like, that's the right thing to do. And she was like, but in the back of my head, I keep hearing Danny say, take the money, bitch. And so, she was like, yeah, that is Danny. So what about that penthouse, that apartment? You gonna keep that apartment? I mean, no, I'm moving my stuff out, but I love it. I love it. I woke up in it and I just love it. I love it. She was like, I knew you would, but you ain't keeping it. No, I don't think I'm gonna move back into my apartment and stuff. She was like, yeah, that's good. Sell it. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it, and then I'm gonna give the money to Gary because I can't keep his money. I'm gonna just give it to Gary and stuff. And so she like, yeah, but you ain't fooling me, Andy. Cause that all sounds good and stuff, but you ain't fooling me. I know you're gonna call Danny. I mean, well, I just want to get somebody else's perspective on the whole thing. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna keep it like, cause I don't. But what if he get like a real Andy. No, like seriously, what if he like get a real therapist, and then work on his problems, like his root problems and stuff like that? Like, what if he do that, All right, girl. I mean, because he going to keep buying me stuff. Like, what he going to buy me next? A jet. I'm like, girl, if he do, you better not do nothing. Because y'all could go all over the place. Don't judge me, y'all. Anyway, so she was like, yeah, well, I'm going through some things over here myself. Well, yeah. When's the doctor's appointment? Well, I got to schedule an appointment and stuff. I said, girl, didn't you tell Aaron you did that earlier today? She was like, well, when you do, just let me know so I can go with you. Okay. She was just like, all right. Well, I'm gonna go to dinner with Gary. Okay. Well, when is this dinner gonna be? Well, I don't know yet, because I'm still thinking about it. You still thinking about it? Yeah, I'm still thinking about it and stuff like that, She was like, oh, okay, well, well, I got a lot of work here to do. Okay, well, I just wanted to come in and talk to you for a little bit. Okay. So then she leave out. She was like, oh my God, Pam, you got to get out of my car. But it's so pretty, girl. At least take me for a ride. I was cracking up. I said, not Pam in the car. Not Pam in the car. Anyway, we finally see Zach. He in jail, child. And then one of the cops was like, your lawyer's here to see you. What lawyers? I ain't got no lawyers. Look, you want to see him or no? He was like, yeah. Take me to him. So he get in there in the little interrogation room or whatever, or the lawyer room, child. And Jake in there with this lawyer. So Zach like, did you call Fatima? He was like, no, I ain't called Fatima. I was about to, but then this came up and I don't think you want Fatima to know about this. He was like, well, what did you talking about, man? He was like, you want to tell him or you tell him or whatever. He was like, yo, well, my name is such and such. I'm your lawyer. And I think you need to read this. He was like, I ain't reading nothing. Can you call Fatima? Can you call Fatima? Why you ain't call Fatima? Look, my friend, you need to read that. You got to be kidding me. What is this shit? And then it went off. I said, are you serious, Tyler? Now I got to watch next week's episode. I mean, I was going to watch next week's episode. So he ain't had to do all that. But my thing is, why you playing games with us? Like, we wanted to see why Zach had got arrested and stuff. Like, what had happened. And then on the preview, it looked like it got something to do with Hayden. Because Fatima calling Hayden up, talking about something. You did. I said, Lord, what is going on? But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about the episode down there in them comments. Don't forget, if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this recap review, and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all, until next time.